Hey y'all, this is Big Black with Big Black Barbecue, and today I'm doing something interesting. As we head into more holiday seasons, Christmas and New Year's is coming up. Uh, I want to break the tradition of having turkey for those holidays. This is something that you can do that actually makes a nice centerpiece, and also is something different than turkey. Um, what I have here, give you a nice little look, is a center crown roast. You can smoke this. This is a big piece of meat, but it adds a nice addition, especially if you don't want turkey on Christmas and you don't want turkey if you don't have any other traditions on New Year's. But this makes a nice centerpiece, and it is nice to have something different than turkey. You can't really find this at a regular store, grocery store. You have to actually get this from a butcher market or a meat market. But here we are. Nice little crown roast. My butcher has already cut it to where it can fold and actually make a circle. And he's also tied it and Frenched it for me, so I don't have to worry about that. Most of your butchers will automatically do that for you, especially if you tell them that you want to make a crown roast. But I'm going to give you another look here. I'm going to let you show right here in the middle where that is a big piece of meat there. As you can see, it's circled, it's cut, it's ready to go. It's a little bit ready to go. Like I said, this is a different tradition than having turkey for those three holidays. I know Thanksgiving was already, and you had turkey probably, and then turn around and Christmas and New Year's is up also. But this is a nice different alternative to those. What we're going to do here is that we're just going to season this. I've already had it brined. I recommend brinding. The reason why I recommend brinding is because, as I showed you before and I show you again, you really can't get into there and actually put some seasoning in there. But brining takes care of that problem. You can use any type of brine you want. But I'm just going to get this prepared for a smoking. That after it's been brined, it's been taken out and dried. We're going to have our Landman on 275 going. That's the perfect smoke temperature for this. It should take anywhere around 2 to 3 hours. The temperature that we're looking for is 145 to 150. We don't want to go over that. And because you are brining it, it actually helps with keeping that moisture in and keeping the meat moist. Because if you go over 150, 155, you're going to actually start getting it to dry out. But since you brined it, it gives you a little leeway to make error. But this is it. It's tied, as you can see. It's got all the bones Frenched. So we're just going to get into the part of just seasoning this and putting aluminum foil on these bones so they don't burn. So I also want to introduce a new seasoning I got. It is you can't see the name really well, but it's the Sasquatch Stinger, sweet and spicy from Spiceology, their collaboration with Sasquatch. I've actually tasted this. It is really spicy, but it's got a little sweet undertone. Other than that, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to season this. And season this very, very well. I know that I'm talking a little fast and I'm trying to get through, but I'm just trying to make this video as short as possible. It's not really a lot you have to do. Like I said, my butcher has already done most of this for me. So we're just going to get into seasoning here and bring this back here towards y'all. And you want to season this very, 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 very generously. And if you can't get in the middle there, get in the middle there. But you want to get all in those grooves. And this makes you get a nice pork chop for each bone. So if you have, and you can have more than one bone, more than 10 bones. I think mine's is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Excuse me, the seasoning got in my nose, but just season this very, 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 very well. I know it looks like a lot of seasoning, but this is going to be on a smoke, and you're gonna want to get in these grooves, especially when you cut it, because you want all that seasoning to just be on the pork chop for each cut that you make. So make sure you get in there. I'm gonna turn this upside down real quick. and get on the back side also. But this is a nice, it makes a nice centerpiece for anybody who's wanting to do something other than turkey. And plus, you can actually put some barbecue sauce on this, so you still have that barbecue style type meat that you want. But yeah, we're gonna turn this around here, get this nice and folded. Okay. Nice and circle. Make a nice little circle so you can definitely make that nice little centerpiece. After you season this pretty well, I'll probably season it just a little bit more just to make sure I've gotten everywhere. You want to go ahead and put aluminum foil on the top of these bones. The reason why you want to do that is because you don't want them to burn and look black. You want them just to be a nice little raw bone that looks just like a pork chop handle. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to do. I'm going to do like 2 or 3 of these. I'm just going to take a little bit of aluminum foil. I have some aluminum foil here. And you're just going to take some aluminum foil. Let me open it. Let me look this up a little bit more so y'all can see here. And you're just going to wrap this. Just going to wrap it in aluminum foil. You're going to do it with all of these. After you finish done with aluminum foil, you're going to let this rest, let the seasons kick in, let that brine actually marinate with them seasonings. But that's all we're doing. We're just putting aluminum foil on this. This is so easy to do. And like I said, it makes a nice centerpiece. And it's actually, I mean, it's better than having turkey 3, maybe 2 times in a row if you're not a turkey person. I like turkey, but I do not want to have it 3 or 2 or 3 times in a row. But that's all you're doing. As you can see here, I got a few of them already done. I got to get the rest. But I'm going to finish that off, and I'll meet y'all back on the grill when I put this on. And that's all there is to it. We're going to let this go for 2.5 hours. The target temperature we're trying to reach is 145 to 150. And before we get to that stage, we'll go ahead and lather it with barbecue sauce or a barbecue mix that maybe you have or maybe you have made. But other than that, I'll be back with y'all shortly on the grill. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm on the grill. As you can see here, it's got a nice little circular. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all a look. As you can see, the aluminum foil on the top of the bones. I got a probe in there just because I want to reach a certain temperature. This is all you're doing. We're gonna let this go for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We're gonna let it get to 140. And then we're going to put barbecue sauce on and let it go for the rest. But this is all you're doing. You see how nice it is? It makes a nice little centerpiece. It's something different than turkey. That is most definitely. You can tie this any way you want to. As you can see, mine's is tied right there in the middle to hold it together. But you can tie it at the bottom, or you can get a butcher needle and tie it at the ends and just make sure you have it in a nice little circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there you go. The pellets I'm using today is oak, cherry, mesquite, and apple combination. I just think those those pellets will bring out a nice little flavor to this, especially with that Stinger Sasquatch rub. But this is all we're doing. I'll be back probably in an hour to show y'all an update of it. But other than this, it's simple, it's easy, and it makes a nice centerpiece, and it makes some alternative than turkey. But I'm just gonna let it go, and I'll see y'all back shortly. Okay, y'all, I'm at the hour mark. I'm gonna show y'all what I have here. So far, so good. Getting that nice little color. We still got about an hour and a half ago. Like I said, simple, easy, and nice. The bootsies are still on the thing, preventing the bone from burning. But this is all we have. We're just gonna let this go. I'm gonna come back out here when it hits 140. Put barbecue sauce on it. Start getting that ready, and then we're gonna let it go to 145, 150, right around that temperature. But this is all, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, y'all, we're about done. I've reached a temperature of 135, and that's close enough for me to start this last part of this process. It is a little dark out here due to the season, but we're gonna start this process of just barbecuing this. put a slather in barbecue sauce. That's all you want to do. You want to just go around and get a nice little slather of barbecue sauce on here. That allows it to tack up for those last few temperatures. Remember, the temperature we're looking for is 145, 150, somewhere around there. That's all you want to do. You want to get a nice slather of barbecue sauce. As you see here, I'm putting a lot on top and making sure I'm getting around this whole crown roast. Get a nice little slather of barbecue sauce on there. I'm using Texas barbecue sauce. Feel free to use whatever you want. I'm gonna finish the rest of it around, especially around the back, but we're gonna let this go again, 145 to 150. I'm gonna bring it in, I'm gonna let it rest for 30 minutes under aluminum foil, and then I'll be back shortly with the final result. Okay, we're back after a 30-minute rest. Total cook time was 3 hours. Your cook time is going to change depending on how big this actually is. But we're going to go ahead and cut into it here. First, I'm going to remove the twine that was holding it together. There we go. Got a little snag there, but it's completely gone. Give y'all a full shot of this. Nice roast. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into it here. Let me just cut into one of these pieces here. And these are thick chops, very thick chops. You get a nice little thickness. As you see here, it's pretty done. Let me get a nice little chop here. If I can cut through, it's very, very, very tender, but also very thick. There we go. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Look how big this is. Perfect for Thanksgiving. I mean, perfect for Christmas or New Year's if you don't want turkey anymore. But as you can see here, perfectly done, perfectly thick. I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Woo. That Stinger spice is definitely got some kick to it. Nice little sweet at the end of it, but ooh, along with that barbecue sauce, very, 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 very spicy. But it completely works. Like I said, you get a tender, nice and juicy pork chop. Very thick, as you can see. Very good. But that's all there is to it. There's nothing else. Like I said, it makes a nice centerpiece. It's something other than turkey for all the people out there who don't want turkey. I can't stress that enough. If you do not want turkey for more than one time a year, then this is a way to go. There's really not much to it. I'm gonna get another bite of this. It's really good. It's very spicy, but that sweetness and that Texas barbecue sauce holds it together. Definitely juicy, and definitely worth the wait. I can't stop eating this. It's actually so good. But that's it. There's really nothing else. For all y'all who have been following me, thanks. Christmas is around the corner. I may have a surprise giveaway coming up soon, just for Christmas, but this is all we're doing. Again, this is Big Black from Big Black Barbecue, and it's time to eat.